Hi, I'm Andy, and this is my factual programming video. A factual program is a film or television show which resembles a product which is used for its prime object of being based on facts with their purpose to show these to their audience, enraging them in some of the cases they will see. It will also be entertaining to them as they are seeing the insight or even influencing them on a debate with their view on a specific subject or issue they will possibly be interested in. There is different types of factual programs, such as the news. This includes an all-in-one package, which is politics, weather, sports, and big discussions for the month, and question shows. DIY shows, such as Makeover in 60 Seconds and Homes Under the Hammer. Reality shows like Jersey Shore, Big Brother, and Come Dine With Me. Cooking shows like Jamie Oliver, F Word, and Secret Eaters. And educational programs such as the Sex Education Show. There is different types of factual documentaries which have their own styles and techniques. Like some documentaries would film a lot of handheld footage which could be based on the UFO files. There is constructions going on from an alien attack, and the camera crew need to film the passionate way of the victim would have gave on the description to the audience to feel of what it was like in their position, and also tons of graphics would also be shown in the simulation too. There is different types of documentary modes. One is called accuracy. Accuracy is most important in factual programs, as it helps you to build trust between yourself and the audience. It is your job to not mislead any information that you have gathered or shared. Today, TV researchers, while in production, tend to use common social media tools such as Facebook, Twitter, and Google to get information about the recent stories. These media tools may not always be reliable, so the trick is to know what is accurate and inaccurate. These need to be careful with what they find, then they will be able to add the information to the program within the script or voice. Balance is the equal amount of information for that specific subject, such as sports and politics, is to keep balanced on these topics, as the arguments are needed to be on both. On certain circumstances, a documentary like Louis Theroux liked to keep his people he was interviewing. When he made a documentary about the Jews, he had not claimed what religion he was and challenged somebody who hated Jews. Louis had then asked if he said he was a Jew to the guy, what would the guy's reaction be to it? Then sooner the guy was then getting to the point where Louis was pointing out that he had taken sides of a Jew, and then was believed that Louis was a Jew even though he was trying to challenge the situation. Objectivity means it's all about facts and proof that back up your opinion or story. In factual programming, objectivity is important because the point is that you will need to get your point across to everybody to have a backup on your facts. Subjectivity means judgment based on separate individual personal impressions and their feelings and opinions which spring to mind instantly from rather external facts. Opinion means factual films don't really tend to change the viewers of their opinions of the subject of the documentary, unless its point has been put across perfectly. The only factual films and programs that can change the viewer's opinions is the news, which is on every day. The way it is established is that the people tend to put their trust in the news, as they always get first hand of it. Also, the reporter who is on camera is always looking straight into the camera, which automatically brings a sense of trust to viewers who are currently watching. Biased means the effects of being biased in a factual documentary will bring a huge debate and high amounts of feedback showing the view that is displayed in the documentary, which will move the documentary into the dark area. And also, because of all the complaints for the channel it would be broadcasted on, they will try to say that they agreed with both of the sides of the argument and they never meant to cause any debates or any offence to the viewers. Expository mode. Expository documentaries are documentaries that expose a topic or a person. Expository documentaries are well known for having a narrator talking over the pictures or shot or the films that lead the story to them. The voice is also known to the name of God. Observational mode. The audience will watch the people in television show acting normal, like the cameras were never there, which brings the mode observational. This is to refer to the fly on the wall. For an example, on the television show Born Every Minute, on the intro of the programme, the intro shows different parts of the hospital, showing what's going on, like a woman giving birth, the doctors and nurses on the reception on the phone to people, not nurses and doctors walking down the hallways, and pregnant women speaking to their boyfriends. Poetic mode. Documentary will slowly drift into the truth from the key of being poetic by using the key of poetic manipulation. Poetic mode then starts to go in a phase of pieces, which then transforms historical material in a format and rhythmical form to show its passion. The documentary then starts to lighten its style up with art to create different meanings to the story which is currently being told. The narrator could just be a narrator who doesn't really care about the subject. He wouldn't have to be biased about the subject that is being revealed. The story will have its rhythm that will keep the viewers attracted to the way of the lighting and the camera techniques which are being used. Reflexive mode. Reflexive documentaries undertake a structured critique of the documentary form itself, which includes the mockumentary format. Calls for attention to the assumptions of conventions that govern documentary filmmaking to increase our awareness of how films construct representations of reality. An example would be Louis Theroux. In his documentaries, he is known commonly for his controversial method of reflexive filmmaking, as he spends all his time in front of the camera and is always the interviewer too. He will sometimes take part in the activities which allow him to document. This will allow him to get more in-depth look. I will now talk about factual documentaries. Here is one of them. Morgan Spurlock's Super Size Me. Super Size Me is a reality documentary that was presented on the Channel 4 channel in the UK in 2004. Super Size Me was based on the presenter who wanted to test himself in an unsafe environment of eating McDonald's for 30 days and seeing what the effects would be after. Super Size Me talks about the fast food industry and how popular fast food products can do intensive damage to the human body. The Super Size Me was also an example of reflexive mode, as he knew what some of the effects would be, but Morgan didn't know the rest till he started taking it apart. He started realising what he was actually against halfway through, where he could have risked it, where he could have died, but he didn't in the end. Super Size Me is relative to Inconvenient Truth and Sicko. These are similar documentaries that use the same codes and conventions from how they show their material to the audience. Super Size Me uses the presenter halfway through. Super Size Me uses a presenter all the way through. Interviews and voiceovers are also used, and also handheld camera footage. These are their codes and conventions. These few codes and conventions they use. The presenter has his own types of humour, what keeps the audience intact with fulfilled laughter ready to be revealed. The voice of God tends to keep the viewers interested because the presenter will be giving them facts that the documentary is showing. When Morgan is interviewing people, it keeps the audience interested as they are hearing direct answers from random pedestrians. The doctors at the beginning and ending use words against the presenter in the present time to show its factual list. The camera is used to capture all the present events of the presenter in a non-professional way. The audience also obtain visual and auditory experiencing of the presenter's video log as he explaining on how he is and how he is feeling and what he has ate. Thank you for watching my video. Goodbye.